Welcome back to another episode of the SOS Wellness Show, my beautiful people. Listen, hold on. Not just my beautiful people. You all are my wellness warriors, okay? The fact that you even consider your wellness, you think about your wellness, and you hold space for your wellness means that you are a wellness warrior. So while you listen to my voice, or if you're just watching this video right now, check this out. I'm sending you some love. Listen, I don't know what you've been through this week or what you're going to go through next week. So I'm going to send you some grace. And I'm also going to send you some positive energy, my friend, because we need that now more than ever. Listen, I am your host, Tess, and it is an honor to be back with this episode, my friends. It's actually one of my most I'm always excited, right? Every episode, but there's something special about this episode here. My friends, we got an announcement to make. Y'all pull up a chair. Y'all, come on, sit down, pull up a chair, kick up your feet, relax. Because guess what? This episode is going to be filled with an amazing announcement that I want to make sure you listen to. I'm going to drop it. And when I tell you, my beautiful friends, I have worked so hard to drop this announcement and I cannot wait to do so. And speaking of this announcement, let me tell you something. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do that because I want to continue to be able to make this content, understand if this content is valuable. So be sure to also like and comment. So therefore I can see, okay, what certain topics that you all resonate with and what topics that you want me to dive a little bit more into, all right? The title of this episode is hmm, something that changed my life forever. Something that allowed me to become Tess. You know, um, this is a very near and dear episode to me, so I want to make sure I reveal everything I can for you in order for you to reveal everything you can for yourself, in order for you to heal, grow, and elevate to become the person you were always created to be. So the title of this episode is Redefine Success for yourself. So, the process of redefining success for you, my friend, I'll be honest with you. For a very long time, I looked at success through the lenses of other people. I never considered what success would be like for me. For a very long time, honestly, I thought I was a ghost. I didn't think that my opinion mattered. I didn't think that my dreams could come true. I thought I needed to make sure I did everything else everybody wanted me to do in order for their dreams to come true. And then if their dreams came true, that means that my dreams will come true. Right there, right? We got to pause right there. Because the moment I decided to let somebody else define success for me, I lost myself, my friends. I lost myself the moment I allowed for any external factor, any external person to define who I was designed to be. So that's why I wanted to create this episode for anybody who's in the process of creating success, anybody who's in the process of learning and trying to discover what does success look like for me. I know what it looks like for my mom. I know what it looked like for my dad and my aunt and everybody else. But what does success look like for me? Mm. And I'll tell you, what triggered me to think about success was tragedy. Yes, my friends, tragedy triggered me to look at things differently. I've heard a lot of either documentaries or people talk about how when they have a stroke or any type of altering occurrence that happens to them, something shifts inside of them and they see the world differently. And for me, that was tragedy. That was losing my aunt to suicide, my friends. And the thing about that was, it was tricky Because all my life I was told that going to school, going to college, getting a degree, getting the car that you want, getting a house, getting married, all of the things, those will make you successful. But when tragedy struck our family, mm, and my aunt was no longer here, that made me reconsider and redefine success for myself. But before I could redefine success for myself, I had to ask myself a few questions. The first one was, what is my passion? So I want you to ask yourself, what is something that, ooh, what is something that you do that when you do it, you're smiling, your heart's beating, you're in a great way where you can just, you feel everything. You can feel your hair on your head all the way down to the toenails on your feet. You just feel alive. What is that passion for you? Because guess what? As soon as you can unlock that passion, then it'll literally lead you to your purpose, which will allow you to unlock and create your version of success. Your version of success doesn't have to look like anybody. Newsflash, your version of success doesn't have to look like anybody else's. Mm. And I'll tell you something else, something that a lot of people didn't tell me. Now, it's amazing to have role models and it's amazing to have people you can look up to. But what if I told you maybe you are your own role model? Maybe you are the Statue of Liberty of your own success. Maybe it's you who needs to show you and everybody else that it's possible. What if you are your own superhero? And so that's what I mean when I say digging into passion. I know in school we learn about all these careers and school and skills and things of that nature, and these are great. But I need us to dig a little deeper. Let's get below the surface. Like I feel like just having a job or just having a career, it's very surface level. On the SOS Wellness Show, we want to go below the surface, right? We want to go below the dirt. We want to go into just the root of things, right? We want to go into the root of who you are. We want to go into the root of why you are. And so when we are able to understand our passion, that's the seed. We need a seed. A lot of us are planting false seeds. A lot of us are planting other people's seeds in our garden of success. But what if I told you your garden of success wanted some more of your seeds? Not even wanted, your garden of success needs more of the seed of your passion, more seeds of your purpose, more seeds of you loving yourself, more seeds of you focusing on yourself. And so, therefore, when it comes to cultivating, when it comes to defining success, you look up and have a garden, have a harvest of everything that you have put into the soil of your success, my friends. So once I decided, okay, what is my passion? That led me to my purpose because I realized that I had a passion for speaking. I had a passion for speaking life. I had a passion for speaking positivity. And thankfully, that led me to realizing, wow, look at this purpose in speaking. Look at this purpose in podcasting. Look at this purpose in coaching. So, my friends, whatever you're doing right now, if you don't feel fulfilled or if you don't feel whole, what is your passion? Okay. We just got to start right there. What is that thing that you do when you look up and you don't have to think about smiling? When you look up and you've been working all day. You ever heard about how some artists will be in the studios for hours? And it's like, you was in the studio for that long? Yes. Time skipped by me. So if you don't know right now, it is okay because it is a great time to be full of discovery. A lot of times we skip the discovery phase and get into the action phase. And that's how we keep having to double back and double back and double back. But if we can just spend a little bit more time discovering who you are. And my friends, one thing that I love about this part, as far as discovery, is you get to learn about who you are not. Knowing the things that you don't like to do is still a very part of you redefining success for yourself. Because your parents may want you to do something, or Somebody just may push a certain career on you or a certain idea, but if you do it, you give it a try, and you don't like it, that's okay. It's okay to try something and be like, you know what? I appreciate that exposure, but it just didn't make my soul feel right. See, this is the SOS Wellness Show, my friend. We talk about soul. We talk about what allows you to be more self-aware and then be more in tune with who you are. So in order for you to be in tune, you have to be aware. So I need us to, one, if you're wondering, how do I navigate my passion? What is something that when you close your eyes and when you think about, you can feel the inner being within, you can feel your energy either start to light up or sort of kind of melt down. So let's think about any type of activities that you like to do. If you think about certain things that your soul is like, yes, I really like doing that. I want you to pay attention to it. But I really also need you to pay attention to anything that your soul does not enjoy doing. Because I don't want you to fall into a cycle of doing things that your soul doesn't enjoy. See, that's why we have to redefine success, because I feel like a lot of us define success based off all these external things and based off all these external opinions that don't belong to us. And then we get into doing things that don't make our soul feel alive. And that's even why I talk about the soul and I talk about success over suicide. Because, my friends, there is a part of us that has to die. There is a part of us that has to go, but it doesn't have to be you. It doesn't have to be you, my friend. Maybe it just has to be that mindset of self doubt. Maybe it has to be a mindset of thinking that you were not good enough. Maybe it's a mindset of you telling yourself in the morning every single day that you are not worth it. That's what has to die, my friends, because we need your soul to feel more alive. If you're doing things constantly every single day to tear down who you are, we'll never be able to redefine success for yourself. And I want you to redefine success in order for you to transform your life. Because guess what? You were created to win. You were created to design the life that you want. And you were created to live a life full of joy, happiness, and peace. And the more that you redefine success for you and nobody else, the more you'll be able to tap into that abundance, tap into what has always rightfully belonged to you instead of getting hand me downs, instead of getting crumbs, instead of getting last and not first. Baby, you were first and not last, above and not beneath. Let me share one of my affirmations that I say every morning to myself. I am attracting wealth, prosperity, and abundance into my life in rapid ways. So therefore, I want you to transform that and use that in your life. You are attracting wealth, prosperity, and abundance into your life in rapid ways. See, that's a way of you defining success for yourself. That's another trick. After you learn your purpose and you feel that purpose and you feel that passion and how your soul reacts to it, I want you to then, my friends, ooh, I want you to then see how that passion, see how that purpose can lead you to doing something that is bigger than you, doing something where you are helping others. So many of us are out here searching for something real. So many of us are searching for can we really be successful? Can we really be happy? But the more that you show and you exude that you went through the journey, you went through the discovery phase of trying to figure out who you are, you just didn't accept who the world told you you should be. You decided to define yourself and give success a whole brand new meaning. And that's why I love talking about defining success for yourself. Because once I was able to do that, that's when I became the most successful person I could ever be. For a very long time, I did not feel successful. For a very long time, like I mentioned, I felt like a ghost. Mainly because I never took the time to learn who I was. See, a lot of us during the discovery phase, we give up. because it's so much we have to unpack. There's so many things that you have to move and throw out of the box. And we get discouraged because we got so far along this path, not realizing we were a shell of ourselves. But my friend, you were not created to be a shell. You were not created to be a zombie. You were not created to feel like a ghost. You were created to walk in your power. You were created to understand that you are abundant. And you were created to use your strength, use your power, use your purpose to redefine success for yourself in order to transform your life. And see, that's what I love about success. It's a transformation. So that's another thing I want you to keep in mind. What is the road of transformation you have to go down? So who are you right now? And then what are those steps that you have to take in order to become the person you were created to be, in order to become the abundant individual you were designed to be, in order to become relentless, in order to become your own superhero? So I don't want you to think that success is just, oh, once I get this career, oh, once I get this house. No, success is a transformation, my friends. The whole journey of success is a transformation. And I want you to be careful of your transformation, because some of us could be transforming into versions of ourselves that hate ourselves if we take on a career, if we take on a life path that does not belong to us, that does not fulfill our passion, that is not in the same vein as our purpose. See, I need you to be more intentional on what kind of transformation are you willing to take for yourself. Is it going to be the transformation that's going to make you love yourself? Or is it the transformation that's going to make you hate yourself? Because it's a very thin line, my friend. This life, it requires you to make sure you are very aware and in tune with who you are, in tune with your soul. So therefore you can always be cognizant of if you were going down a path of transforming into love or transforming into a negative or into a place that's full of hate. And one thing I know, that love is natural, hate is manufactured. I don't want you to be a manufactured, fake, irrelevant success. I want you to be loving. I want you to be kind. And I want you to have a positive transformation in your own life. And one of my favorite animals that I like to talk about, right? If you consider it an animal or insect, a butterfly. A butterfly goes through the most radical transformation that anybody could ever go through, right? Almost similar to us when we're going through the womb, when we're birthing something. There's a point in time where it's just a caterpillar, and it's literally its feeding phase. That's the first phase where the caterpillar goes out, eats everything it can, stores all of the food. Then the second phase is when you see the cocoon, when that caterpillar finds a little branch or finds something that it can hang off of, and it literally creates a cocoon. And all of that food that it contained during the feeding stage, that's what's going to allow to feed the caterpillar in that moment of isolation. So some of us may need to isolate ourselves during the moments of discovering who we are, during the moments of us redefining success for us. Some of us may have to spend a little time alone, because truth be told, you've been collecting so much information, you've been feeding so much, that now we just need time to decompress. Now we need time to actually use everything that you have received, everything that you have learned, and let's use that to now create the foundation of birthing a new person, of creating the birth of your evolution, creating the birth of your transformation. And then guess what? That last phase, my friend, is the adult phase, where you finally see the butterfly. So, regardless of what phase you're in right now, the first phase, feeding phase, where you're trying to discover who you are, you're learning so much, you're taking in so much. Or if you're in the second phase, where you got a lot of information, and now you just have to figure out, what does it all mean to you. One thing you're not going to see me do ever on this podcast is tell you who you are. I'm only going to help you understand that you have everything you need right now to define success for who you are. And once you do that, I promise you, You'll tap into, let me see them wings. You'll tap into that. Listen, when you got them wings, you can do anything. You'll realize that, oh, shout out to that song. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. That's what I'm here for. That's what the SOS Wellness Show is about, is to make you realize that you can redefine success and transform your own life. I don't have to do it. I can't do it. You have to do it. And I know you can do it. And the more that you just take time redefining what success looks like for you and nobody else, not comparing it to anybody else, the more who the more the SOS, the more this whole movement is able to spread its wings, spread its love, and spread its peace all over. So, my friends, I want you to know that your version of success is possible. Maybe you haven't seen it before, but it's because you were created. It was because it was you. It's you who's supposed to come in and make everything possible for yourself and everybody who's looking at you. I know it's hard, my friend. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a lot of days where you want to give up. It's going to be a lot of days where you may not want to get out of bed. But that's when I need you to show up the most, when you feel like you can't. Because listen, let me tell you a secret. As soon as you start to define success, the enemy doesn't like that. The enemy wants you confused. The enemy wants you feeling discouraged. So if you know that now, when it's time for you to get up and do what you have to do, you know that that's just an attack from the enemy trying to weigh you down. Okay? I need you to be more, as far as having that stealth mentally, because I can't tell you to go on this journey to redefining success for yourself and not preparing you for what can come. Like it's always going to be rainbows and cherries and all this stuff. No, it's going to be tough, because as soon as you make up your mind, that's when the opposing forces come. But let me tell you something, when you see those opposing forces coming, that's how you know you're doing something right, big dog. That's how you know you're doing something right. So I need you to start looking at life, looking at success through these lenses in your own life. So therefore you can see these signs of, okay, I think I'm going down the right path. Okay, opposition's coming. That doesn't mean I give up. No, that's a sign that the enemy is not liking that I'm confident right now. The enemy isn't liking that I'm waking up every day with purpose. The enemy doesn't like that I'm excited to actually learn about what I love to do. So don't get discouraged when these oppositions come. Okay? Don't get knocked off course. I need you to realize that should help you focus, laser focus. When any battles, when anything that's just any curveball, if you ever feel like, oh, I had to dodge that one, that doesn't mean you just turn around and run. I need you to keep going forward. It's gonna be a lot of dodgeballs coming your way, my friend. A lot of opposition. But listen, that's how you know. You are literally on the path to transforming your life. You are possible. You have purpose. You were created to dominate over anything that has ever tried to weigh you down. And you were created to realize that you have always been enough, and you will always be enough. Now, at the beginning of the episode, I mentioned there was an announcement, my friends. That announcement is boom, 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 boom. Tess is dropping a book. I'm dropping my first book, my friends, my friends, my friends. My first book is on the way. I'm going to have the link to purchase that book in the description of this podcast, my friends. By the time this episode comes out, the book will be out. I have worked so hard on this book, and it's called Success Over Suicide: How to Redefine Success and Transform Your Life. So that's why I had to make sure this episode was dedicated to that, because redefining success and transforming your life, I'm telling you, my friends, a lot of us don't get to this point, and I don't want that to be you. I want you to go. I want you to go far. I want you to go far, far. I know you can. I know you will. So, yes, my very first book, Success Over Suicide, is coming out, my friends. The link is going to be below. And when I tell you, you want to keep up with what's coming in the Test Speaks world, my friend, there's so many different things about to happen after this book. I'm going to be releasing coaching. And so it's going to be amazing because I actually want to work one on one with you all so we could actually get to the nitty gritty as what's stopping you, as what's blocking you. Okay? Because we need you to understand. Let me tell you something. You are a wellness warrior. You are strong. You are mighty. Mm, you are possible. You are loved. You are healthy. You are protected. You are important. You were not born to be average. And that you are the solution of future needs. My friends, my name is Tess, and I'm so happy to have shared this space with you, shared this moment with you. I truly want to end this episode saying thank you. Thank you to each and every person listening and watching. I appreciate you as I grow this platform. And listen, this is only the beginning. Till next time.